My name is Dick Smith, and I'm an employee with Patriot Party Boats here in Falmouth. The main purpose of the company is our work going to Martha's Vineyard on a daily basis for freight and passengers. Our first trip in the morning is at 4 a.m. and we generally get to work right around 20 past 3. As we get here, we get our boat opened up and we'll go up, start the engines, get the electronics fired up, and make sure that the engines are pumping water and that all the electronics are performing as we want them. There are generally two vendors that have left items for us for the first trip, and one is the Cod Times and Cape Cod Bagel Company. And also we have another truck arriving that is the bread truck. That trip will go over at 6 a.m. The freight business is what keeps our cash flow up during the wintertime, so it's very important. And also we have Joni on the truck coming in now with the Boston Globe, New York Times, and the other papers.
Hey, Joni.
When we mention the volume of newspapers, you have to remember that that the summertime loads of news that go to the vineyard is, as we said, large. 35 pounds, I think, is a bundle weight, if I'm correct, or very close to it, and so that adds up to 70 pounds if you put one in each hand, which we always do, so it's a fairly physical job. Just getting underway for Martha's Vineyard now and departing the jetties at Falmouth Harbor, and this is generally the spot where we know how our trip is going to be. It's either going to be a really nice trip or it's going to be ugly, and we get plenty of them. And the reason I say that is it's dark. The seas can get very rough out here. We have a lot of current in the area, and the current flows over the sandbars and other obstructions on the bottom. And if the wind and current get going in opposite directions, you can get tremendous rips. And this rip will cause waves to stack up and get as many as, oh God, 3 times the size of a regular wave that you're going to see. So you've got to be real conscious of what you're doing and make sure that you quarter the waves, keep yourself in the water because it's a long way down when you come off a crest. And you just adjust your speed and adjust the way you steer the boat to be able to ride over the wave and keep the boat in the water. One of the more spectacular parts about driving at night, on a beautiful night or a good clear night, is we get to see the world. It's probably the best part of, stars are probably the best part of our job at night. Working in the middle of the night's not always, a whole bunch of fun, but you adjust to it, you take it as part of the job, and quite often it's a very, very exciting moment to be able to look up and see Orion's belt or any of the other fantastic stars that we have and planets that are around us in the morning. Entering Oak Bluffs, and it's been a good trip this morning. The weather's been very nice to us, and we're going to get ourselves up to the dock. Jan's going to jump on from Oak Bluffs. He's our line handler on this side. When we do get secured to the dock, there's going to be a little bit of a stampede happening. Everybody knows their job over here, so it's sort of orchestrated chaos. Different people know exactly what number of papers they need because they've already got their computer printouts that are faxed over. The gang's a lot of fun. For the time of the day we're at, everybody's got a pretty good sense of humor. We get along well, there's a lot of ribbing going on, and it's a good group. We've become very close friends, and it's a bit of a hard way to, start your day, but once you make friends over here with everybody, it's a good group, a lot of fun, and as I said, a lot of good teasing going on. Our next trip's going to be at 6 a.m. and this should be a pretty good morning. We've got a real nice cloud bank over here off to the east, and we're already starting to see the beginnings of a false sunrise, meaning before the sun actually comes above the horizon. But it's the start of the day. It's the real beginning of the day, and you can say, it's happening.